All right, so use case number one. So we're going to go over how MiaRec increases the efficiency of the manual QA process. So when I say manual QA, I'm referring to the process of a contact center manager or a quality assurance department reviewing and scoring agents' calls. Now, if you've ever had the pleasure of doing this, you would know that this process takes forever. It's really tedious, super time consuming. So we realized that at MiaRec and we wanted to do something about it. So let me show you how MiaRec increases the efficiency of this process. All right, so here you can see an example of a call and a manual scorecard. So usually as a contact center manager, what you have to do when you're scoring these calls is you have to play the call, listen to the audio file, and then based on what's said or what's not said, you score the call, right? You pick either yes or no. Once you're done with that, then you go back, rewind it, press play, listen again, score the next question, right? Repeat, repeat, repeat. So obviously you can see how this would take a really long time, depending on how long the call is, right? So what MiaRec does to increase the efficiency of this process is a few things. So number one, we have this playback speed option. So you can change it to 1.2, 1.5, 1.7, or 2 times speed. So if you are going to review the call the old-fashioned way just by listening and scoring, this will help you speed that up. Now, the real game changer here, though, is the fact that we have the transcription of the call side by side with the audio file, right? So here's the transcript, here's the scorecard. So now, as a contact center manager, I can quickly and easily scan the transcript and see if the criteria of the questions were met, as opposed to just listening to the call, going back and forth. So for example, did the agent mention the call is being recorded? Let's see. I need to disclose you're on a recorded line. Yes. Did the agent state their name? Let's see. Tom Braxton. Yes. Right. So you can quickly and easily see with the transcript if the criteria is being met. And you just repeat this way faster than just listening to the audio file. All right. Now, another thing that speeds up the process here is the fact that you can play the call back by simply clicking anywhere on the transcript, right? So
thank you so much for that. Can we start with your name?
By doing this, so when you're scoring calls, a lot of things can happen, So you can get distracted by an agent, maybe one of them asks you a question, maybe you get a phone call, a million things can happen. So you easily get distracted is what I'm saying. So with this, instead of having to rewind the audio file again, now you can just, once you're done being distracted, just pick back right up wherever you left off, just click the audio file, or the transcription rather. So that's another way we help increase the efficiency. Another way, so usually what happens whenever you're done scoring the call is what you'll do is you'll pull your agent off the phone and you'll meet with them one-on-one to review the call together. Right now, obviously, this is a chance for the contact center manager to offer their feedback, right, their critiques, and this is great for quality assurance. But it just adds to the time that it takes to complete a single call review. So with MiaRec, that whole process can be eliminated because you can leave inline notes in the transcript here for review for the agent. So for example, right here, so you can say, "Good job staying compliant." Or another example here, it doesn't look like the agent asked how they were doing. It looks like they just started straight with, "Can I get your date of birth?" So maybe I want to say here, display more empathy. Ask how they're doing, right? So you can have all the dialogue here within MiaRec, again, because you don't want to pull your agents off the phone. You don't want this process to take any longer than it already is. So by being able to leave notes in the transcript and throughout the scoring of the call, it's going to speed up the process tremendously. Now, one more thing. So once you're done scoring the call here, so what's going to happen is the agent is going to get a notification that one of their calls has been reviewed, right? So obviously you're going to want them to go review that too, like review the review. So they can come in here and now they can be a part of this digital dialogue here, so they can see the notes left by the manager. So say, "Okay, good job staying compliant. Looks like I scored a 62 on this. Display more empathy," right? So great for feedback. But another, I guess, aspect to manual call reviews is there's always a level of subjectivity associated with them, right? The contact center manager, a lot of this is up to their discretion. Some of them are subjective questions. So oftentimes agents are going to have feedback on your feedback. They don't always agree with what you're saying. And sometimes they make a good point, right? So what they can do is they can leave notes on your notes, right? So they can leave a note right here saying, you know, I didn't ask how they were doing because of XYZ, right? And sometimes they make a good point. So as a contact center manager, now you can come back in, edit the report, change the question, and then resubmit it, right? So super helpful. So basically, those are all the ways that it helps increase the efficiency. And with that, it does give us a good ROI use case, right? So we estimate with MiaRec that you're going to increase the time it takes to complete these manual evaluations by 50%. So let's look at this example here. For I came up with this example from something that I've actually dealt with in person, and something that I dealt with as a contact center manager. So like in the sales process and in person. So let's say, for example, there's a contact center that has 10 contact center managers, and they have to complete 50 manual evaluations per month, and they're paid $30 per hour. So with those variables, it's going to cost this company $15,000 per month to pay those contact center managers to complete those manual evaluations. So that's doing it the old-fashioned way. Now with MiaRec, because again, we're estimating that it's going to be about 50% faster with the transcription there, being able to play the callback faster, not having to take the agent off the phone. So with that, you get an ROI of $7.5 thousand per month. So it cuts it in half. So you're saving $7,500 per month, so $90,000 per year, right? So pretty big cost savings there for increasing the efficiency of the manual QA process. All right, that's use case one.